Hey guys, Coach Mike Landon, TANCnutrition.com and the Diet Doc Team K Seattle. Today we are in Bonnie Lake, Washington here, and I have a special guest all the way from Fresno, California, joining us on the Iron Sharpens Iron show today. We have IPE Pro Women's Natural Bodybuilder Terri Reeves. Terri, thank you for coming on the show today.
Glad to be here, Mike.
Yeah. So you're here this week for Katie's show.
Right.
Now I know there's a lot of people that may not know your background. You're actually, your birthday's in a couple 10 days, right?
Yeah.
So she's going to be 56, ladies and gentlemen, and she's looking amazing. Now, you have basically, you started lifting way back in 97, entered your first bodybuilding show in 98, which was an NPC show.
Right.
Now, you won your NGA Natural Pro card in 98,
Right.
and then you, at the Pacific Coast Pro, and you did your first pro show as a natty in 99 at the WNBF International in New York.
Right.
Now, you've been competing, quite often after that. Now, and she also has numerous fitness certifications, ladies and gents. So she's an amazing woman, and I had the opportunity to actually test judge with her because she's also an NANBF judge and promoter too. So what ignited your love for bodybuilding back then?
Oh, well, that started, like I said, I think 1997. I was actually just started working out because I've never really been in a gym until I was 35.
Okay.
So I started working out because some friends went to the gym, and I started lifting, just watching people, not knowing what I'm doing. So I'm lifting, and a guy runs into me. He said, "Do you compete?" I'm like, "No, I've never been to a show before." So he said, "I think you might do good at it. Why don't you try and train for us?" I'm like, "Let me go check one out first." I did.
Okay.
Actually went and checked out a show with him, and I said, "I'll give it a try." So I started training for it, and then I cut my finger.
Oh, okay.
And I had to wear a cast for like 6 to 8 weeks. So I did that, and then I trained, and after I got that off, I started training again, and I did my first show 97, I think.
Okay.
And I said, once I got on stage, I was like, once you do it, you either like it or you hate it.
Yeah.
And of course I liked it because that was 19 years ago now. So that's how I got started. Someone just came up to me and said, "Try it," and I tried it, and here I am, 19 years later.
So back then, how big was like a typical women's bodybuilding class back then? How many women typically back then?
Right, I'm glad you went there. Because back then, it was mostly just body. I think figure had just began wearing the one piece. I don't know if you remember the one piece suits.
I did.
So you used to wear the one piece in the pre-judging, two piece or swimwear, something else at night. So back then, it was either that's all you did. If you got on stage, was bodybuilding. And not saying that I wish it was like that now.
Yeah.
Obviously it's not. But I think our eyes are so stimulated now with seeing figure, bikini, that you think that you need to go into this area in order to be on stage, when if we did bodybuilding like back then, you got lightweight, you got middleweight, you got heavyweight. So you'll be competing with your with your kind. So that's how I got started. And back then it was mostly bodybuilding. So the classes we had lightweight, middleweight, and heavyweight.
Okay.
So it was quite a few. It might have been maybe 8 or so in each class.
Okay.
So it was a good size.
Good.
Yeah.
So were you working with a coach at the time?
Not at that time. I just did. Well, no, I can't say. I did have someone that they didn't really coach me. It's just like a friend that's competed before.
Okay.
And back then I did all the wrong stuff. I mean, like the old school dieting where you have chicken and broccoli.
Yeah.
And tuna, and you ate that every day for. Back then it was the 12-week diet.
Okay.
So that's what I did, and it worked. I won my pro card on that.
Yeah, okay.
But then after that, I learned, just like we evolve and we get better.
Yeah.
We learn ourselves. But yeah, I have a coach now.
Yeah.
Right, because that's if I'm a coach myself. So if I don't have someone coach me, why would someone hire me as a coach? I think having a coach.
It's always good to have like a coach to coach us.
Right. Accountability.
Exactly.
That's it. Yeah.
For me, I think that makes a lot of sense, especially when you're prepping. You got so much going on, and that's the last thing you want to worry about.
Right.
So,
Right.
So you you say you were you had somebody back then. You didn't have anybody handle your competitive nutrition,
No.
but today you have Patricia Payne on your side
Right.
doing most of your nutrition.
Right.
And now, so I'm assuming you track macros then.
I do. So I like the, if it fits your macros or
Yeah.
kind of flexible dieting.
Okay.
However, when people sometimes take that flexible diet too far,
Yeah.
by just eating whatever they want.
Crap.
Right. But what I do is I kind of eat, track and eat whatever I want. But however, I see what my body likes.
Yeah.
I'm not going to eat something, even though it fits in my macros, if my body is like, it's not going to like it. It's too much inflammation causes that. It causes bloating. I won't eat it. So I find what fits my body, but fits in those numbers, and that's what I eat.
Now, do you see any, okay, we're going to get on a topic of Terri's nutrition now. I was going to like slowly get into it, but we're going to get onto it. So, what do you find that there's a ideal beginning and ending total caloric intake that you find that works best for you during prep?
Well, I like to keep my calories as high as I can, where I'm still getting some progression in, where I'm losing the weight. So of course, when it gets to the end, sometimes it's more. Sometimes I'm eating more, depending on what my body is doing, because my body changes every year. Whatever worked last year might not work this year.
Yeah.
So I start maybe with a calorie range for me might be about 1,600 all the way up to 1,900. So I mean, I don't go down to the 1,000 calories kind of thing, but they do fluctuate depending on what my body's doing. At the end, sometimes when your metabolism is faster and you're leaner, you might have to add in more calories.
Yeah.
So
definitely. Now, within those ranges, your rate, what because I have I'm also a coach, but I also have a couple of general pop clients that are African American, and I seem to they seem to respond better to different macronutrient ratios. Do you feel that there's a little bit of ethnicity also involved when you're setting up a client's, like say for your clients, that there's a little bit of that's involved in there when you're thinking about setting up a macronutrient profile for somebody?
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that. Whether I never really thought about that. I just go look at the person and see what's going on with them, and then kind of glide in from that way. So I'm not sure of the ethnics or whatever has anything to do with it. I'm not really sure of that one.
Okay.
It's just kind of follow and see what works for that person at that time.
Okay. Now, have you ever dove into the ketogenic diets?
I tried it once. I tried intermittent fasting. I tried that. Different types of dieting. But for me, they didn't work for me.
No.
Especially the intermittent fasting did not work at all for me. It actually made me irritable. It just wasn't working. But I tried it before.
You have? Okay. What supplements actually? What's your supplementation regimen during your competitive on season?
Pretty simple. Glutamine, branched chain, the omega-3s, a multivitamin. I take a little bit extra of magnesium, just to help. Magnesium helps with keep you regular.
Yeah.
So it might be a little bit more of that, but that's about it. Every now and then a little bit of creatine, but nothing major. No pre-workouts, none of that.
No pre-workouts. Okay, great. I was going to talk about that. I was like, what's your pre-workout regimen? Okay.
No, and the fat burn, I might take a CLA. That's about it.
I got to ask you though, how much cardio do you do?
Cardio is, for me, it could be different every year. Like not last year, because I didn't compete last year. I competed was 2015. That was my best year ever.
Yeah, you look great. Yeah, I was researching. I researched Katie's videos online, and I looked at yours yesterday night. So I was like looking at you. Okay, wow. And you did. Yeah, you looked amazing on some of the videos.
And that year, I think my cardio was down the most. I think I did cardio 6 or 7 days a week.
Yeah.
I'm quite sure, but they were like 30 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Maybe 30 minutes and then another 20 minutes at night or something like that.
Okay.
But I didn't do. I remember years ago I was like 2 hours, an hour in the morning, and then that's what people do too much cardio, and then the calories are down at the same time, and then they wonder why they come in. Right. So like stringy, and because you're
Yeah.
doing too much cardio, but you don't have the nutrition to go with it. So and then the rest of your lifestyle, you
Yeah.
got to remember
Yeah.
your work. It depends on what kind of work you do and all that. You have to kind of factor all that in with your cardio. If you're a construction worker and you're still doing an hour cardio and eating like this, it's not good. So you have to factor in, your activity level outside of training,
Yeah.
as well as what your
Yeah,
workout.
your own workouts.
Right.
So you Terry has a lot many certifications in fitness I was talking about earlier. What types of patient populations do you deal with now?
Right now, well, when I first started, I opened up a facility in January 2011.
In Fresno.
Yes.
Okay.
And I did that the same year as I did my first show, which that was crazy. So I
Okay.
opened the gym and I did the first show that same year. But back then I just kind of focused on fat loss clients.
Okay.
And nothing's wrong with that. There's
Yeah.
a population at boot camps and things like that, but I kind of grew out of that, or kind of the passion for that kind of dwindled away for there. And I like, because how I got into training, because I injured my shoulder.
Okay.
And I had surgery on my shoulder.
Okay.
And then after the surgery, I went to physical therapy, and then physical therapy to let you out, like you have your range of motion, so you're back to doing whatever.
Yeah.
So okay, I'm released. I'm like back to the gym, back to doing pull downs, back to doing whatever. Then I thought, was like, how did that happen in the first place? So I just started doing my own research, and that's my passion. I like helping people get out of pain.
Yeah.
Or stay out of pain.
Okay.
Or do something that's more specific, like you come to me and say, you know what, I'm doing a show in 8 weeks or 16, whatever it is, but like right now I'm going through this, my hip hurts and I can't really squat like I want to.
Yeah.
And so I like to help that part of getting you back to where you want to be.
Okay.
To do what you want to do.
Okay.
So I like to get people to be able to do what they want to do. It might not even be lifting weights. It might be, I like skiing.
Activities of daily living.
Exactly. Just activities of daily living, or weekend warriors going to them, skiing or whatever. It's like, I need to be my best at that. So that's what I'm kind of going towards, and kind of changing my model, looking for I actually closed my place to do something different. Look for a smaller place. I like to work with golfers because they're really specific.
Yeah, I saw that.
They know what they want. They know that they want to get a extra yardage on their drive, or they want to get more rotation. So that's what I like.
So that's because I remember you on your bio you mentioned that was you developed a new passion. So are those the new passions that you were speaking of? Okay.
Right.
So now
Right.
Now on your off season and on season training for yourself, is there any difference? Any difference as far as?
No, I kind of like same thing with eating. I kind of train the same way, some periodization where I might do a heavy couple weeks and then some endurance.
Okay.
So where I'm going, 3 sets of 15, or some I don't know, changing the pyramids or something like that. So they kind of change. It just depends on what my body likes and what it's doing at that time, or what I wanted to do. So that changes. I change the weight, sometimes not as heavy. Sometimes I go super heavy. Right now I'm not in the heavy stage because I'm trying to kind of rehab a hip here. So it's kind of just getting some endurance, getting some blood in the muscles, and keep them, so they won't shrink up.
Atrophy.
Yeah.
Now, what do you think women should focus on in their training? What advice would you give them when they're getting ready for a show? Like, say, for the amateurs that are out there, what would be, what would help them stand out? Because you're a judge, you see plenty of physiques up on stage, on the different categories. We're going to talk specifically, because we're not going to talk about the figure or the bikini. We're going to talk about bodybuilding.
Right.
So what would you give it as far as advice to those up and coming amateurs who are looking to stay competitive up on stage?
Are you talking about training?
No,
everything.
For judging. When you're a judge,
okay.
as a judge, looking at them, what advice would you give to them to focus on when they're getting into their competition ready?
Well, to get on stage, I'm going to say posing, because a lot of people focus a lot on training and just going into the gym and getting that in, the time in there. But if you can't, no matter what the physique looks like, if you can't show it or pose it,
Yeah.
then it's you just did all that work for, I'm not gonna say for nothing,
Yeah.
because you got what you want, you look good. But if you want, you decided to get on stage and have someone judge you,
Yeah.
and if they can't see, if the judges can't see what they're looking for in the, and you read the category,
Uh-huh.
what's needed there, but
Mhm.
if you don't show it, then you're not gonna, not gonna say you're not gonna place well, because I don't know who else. If everybody did it, then they're gonna pick the best of the, whatever's up there.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say posing.
Posing?
Yeah,
Do you teach posing classes back in Fresno in your studio?
I do.
You do?
Right
Okay.
now it's a little bit harder because, like I said, I close myself. I'm going from place to place doing
Oh,
posing.
okay.
But yeah, I do.
You do? Okay.
Mhm.
Now, in regards to your fitness studio in Fresno, California, actually, let me just change gears here. Will you be competing anytime soon? I know you have a hip injury, but do you
Mhm.
plan for next year competing competitively?
Hopefully, I want to next year. I said I wanted to this year,
Yeah, yeah.
but that didn't turn out. So yeah, between the business, you have to, your mind has to be there.
Hmm.
But for me,
Yeah,
if I have too much, like the business, everybody has their issues,
yeah,
but I have to have that focus. If I'm not gonna put my 100% into it, then
yeah,
I'd rather not. I like doing what I'm doing now. I like judging. I like traveling, doing the judging. I
yeah,
like helping people put their shows together. I like doing all that. So I'm not gonna rush myself to try to get on stage if I don't feel that everything's there
yeah,
to get on stage.
yeah.
So hopefully next year, I'm trying to get Katie, to kind of to do it with, we do it together, because it
Yeah,
might be, you never know, it could be the last one. So we like traveling together and competing, so that would be fun.
and that's the
So
best. When you have like a group of friends to do a show together. There's just not only expense wise, but just
right,
camaraderie
yeah,
and the sportsmanship, so that it brings. So,
yeah.
how do you know when to hang things up and when to call it a career?
Yeah. Well, just like I said,
How
yeah.
would Terry know?
Well, when it's no longer fun, then don't do it. If I have to get up every day and it's like, man, I don't feel like doing this, or I don't, with anything,
Yeah,
not just with competing, but if you get up and it's no longer fun and you
yeah,
don't have that drive or that passion to do it, then it's time to hang it up. And not saying you have to hang up the whole industry
yeah.
over it, but just that part
Just
of
the
it.
competitive side,
Right,
on stage.
right. So yeah.
What do you want people to remember most about Terry?
Hmm. Um, that's well, that I want to be inspiring to people. I'm not. Everybody has their thing. Everybody has their gift. Everybody has their their gift
Uh huh.
that they're good at, and you want to be good at your gift and just pay it forward. So I want to be inspiring to people that you can do no matter what your age is. Like you said, I'll be 56, God willing, in 10 days. So I think for 56 that
You're amazing. She's
yeah,
amazing.
that I want to pay that forward to someone
Yeah.
else that's 55, 50, that's thinking of, oh, I'm getting too old, I can't do this, and not just competing,
Yeah.
but just life
Just
stuff.
life. Yeah.
Right. Just be able to say yes, you can, no matter what age you are. But that new passion I said about
Yeah.
helping people do what their gift is, kind of make them good,
Yeah.
or realize what their gift is, and that they can do it no matter what the age is.
I like that.
So,
I
yeah.
like that. Now, what's your fondest memory as a pro women's bodybuilder, as far as like stage wise? What do you remember? What's the most significant? Who when you competed up there? Who was your most formidable opponent?
Well, but you know what? When I get on stage, I'm 100, and I'm probably the smallest one,
Uh-huh.
almost, right now. When I get on stage, I might be 107 pounds. I mean, people look at the pictures and say you look bigger than that,
Uh-huh.
but when you're leaner, makes your muscle, they look fuller and bigger. But on stage, I'm 107, 108 pounds. So I'm always, I'm not going to say I've never won a pro show. I
Uh-huh.
got close. I got
Yeah. Yeah.
second.
Yeah.
And the one that I got, no, second a couple times last year, no, a couple years ago at the International, I placed second there, and then at the Masters, Katie and we competed together, and it was, I don't know, 6 or 7 of us on stage maybe, and that was a memorable moment there. It was, they called like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I mean 3, 5, 4, 3, and then it was just Katie and I left, and we stand next to each other like looking, and we kind of held hands, and then they called me as number 2, and that was a fun.
Oh
show.
yeah, I bet that was
Right. Yeah.
Now, speaking of Katie, now you're in Seattle for Katie's show, the NANBF Pro-Am over there, the Natural Columbia Classic, which is going to be held this Saturday, June 10th at the Green River College. What is your role in your capacity?
Judge.
Oh, she's going to be judging. Okay,
yeah.
all right. There you go. Watch out. If I can get this published before then, okay, be better. She'll keep an eye on you ladies over there.
Well, you heard me say posing already, so if you didn't practice your posing, you got a couple days to do it.
There you go, guys. Oh, gals.
Guys
now,
too.
Oh yeah, and the guys too. Now tell me a little bit more about the show that you promote in Fresno. Is it the NANBF? Is it the Natural Fresno?
The Natural Central Valley.
Natural Central Valley.
Right.
Okay. Tell us more about that.
Okay. Well, this year is the second year as a pro qualifier. I got kind of grandfathered in because this is my 7th year of promoting. So I think this year is going to be because we've been traveling, doing some seminars. So it's going to be a good year, and I'm excited about that.
And when is it?
It's September 2nd in Fresno, California. It's a running format, so it's people that travel. You could come in Friday night.
Yeah.
You can leave Saturday night.
Yeah.
You know. So anyway, I'm excited about that for the pro qualifying event. Like it has to be 5 in a class before we could award the pro card. So I'm hoping to have at least 5 in every class. From bikini, we have men's classic physique, which is new this year for my show.
Yes, classic physique.
So
I'm kind of up and coming now.
Yeah. So I'm looking forward to that and give out a couple of pro cards. And then also I'm trying in California because I'm the only NANBF show in California.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
So I'm trying to expand that to more NANBF shows in California.
Okay.
Fresno, San Diego, well not Fresno, but San Diego, down to San Francisco, all up and down California. So if anyone...
So you're looking for promoters in those areas?
And judges locally in that area. Because here, which is a good, in Washington, is such a good experience because they have 4 shows to go to here.
4 NANBF shows.
Right, spread them out. So we try to do the same thing really up and down the West Coast.
Yeah.
But California, right now, because we don't have any other than my show there. So that's what we're trying to do. But I'm excited for my show this year, September 2nd.
September 2nd, ladies and gentlemen.
And it's a great venue. I'm so lucky to have.
Where is the venue?
It's the Clovis North Performing Arts Center. That's a high school.
Okay.
Huge high school in Fresno. When they say Clovis, it's like I don't know, Sumner and Boney Lake or whatever, but it's about maybe 5 minutes apart. So it's a beautiful venue. Sound, everything is it's amazing. So and it probably holds about 800 people, and I want to fill that place. I want to fill it with people in the audience. So come on down.
Come on down, ladies and gentlemen. And how do people get a hold of you, Terri? I'm going to put it right here in between us here. Right. What's your email address? Whatever. How do we get a hold of you?
Several ways. You could get at my business website. That's www.bodytemplefitness.com. So no spaces, all small caps. Bodytemplefitness.com. Also at the show website, which is www.naturalcentralvalleymuscle.com. And my email address is tboz, T-E-E. Yeah, right. The first one, I'm number 1. So tboz and the number 0 at yahoo.com or mybodytemplefitness@gmail.com.
There you go, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
So I'm going to put it right here for you, and I'm going to put it on the scrolling credits at the end of this. But there you have it, folks. Terri, thank you for joining me for another episode of Iron Sharpens Iron, where we talk to the legends and we put a focus on the natural bodybuilding for everyone out there. So from Coach Mike and Terri, I want to see you guys next time.
Thank
Peace
you.
out.